Just glad to be here. We're in day 10 of spring ball today. We just completed that. Had a good off season. January, February, put the ball down March 21st. Had a good 10 practices. We'll kind of wrap it up a week from Saturday on the spring game on the 20th.
All right, for our media on the call, please raise your hand. I'll call on you to ask your questions. We'll start it off with Hunter.
Hey, Coach. The last few years, you've developed, obviously being the offensive coordinator, developing Carter Bradley. What kind of guys do you have out here in spring? Is there anything? Have some of these guys tried to follow some of Carter's leadership on the field?
Yeah, I think all of our quarterbacks. So we lost three seniors: Tanner McGee, Desmond Trotter, and Carter Bradley. All three of them graduated after last season, and we kind of spoke to them with Bishop Davenport and Gio Lopez being in the room in terms of leave your mark. I think all three of those guys did a good job of helping Gio and Bishop understand just the preparation, the expectations in the quarterback room, our identity as an offense, and just for lack of better terms, just kind of the way we do things and the way we need to be prepared each and every day.
Coach, kind of going back to Carter here, obviously he's such a key part of South Alabama's success over the past two seasons. What would it mean for him to get an opportunity at the next level in the NFL?
Proud dad kind of a moment for me, honestly. Spent a lot of time, when you get a portal quarterback, that moment from January to August, that 8 months is a crash course. And so you're spending a lot of extra time. There was a lot of ordered pizzas, a lot of late nights and things like that up there at 9, 10 o'clock at night, that first semester that you're in there. And he put all the work in. He put every bit of the work in and more. He's always had that type of motivation. So I'm extremely proud of the situation that he's earned and put himself in. And I wish the best for him in terms of draft day.
And then, obviously Carter had all the success, but how important was it for Gio Lopez to get some experience during the 2023 season, get on the field, and what development have you seen out of him so far this spring?
It's vital. I mean, I think that's why we always, as coaches, we want a fifth year, in terms of allowing them not just 4 games. I know the bowl game helps too, and we were able to use that, but it was all around encompassing in terms of being able to travel. Unfortunately, Carter was injured. He had to start on a Thursday night against Troy. That's a tough task. So, the seal was kind of ripped off, and he had an opportunity to see what it was all about, and then get an opportunity to go with these, like I said, January through August. Where do I need to improve? I know what to expect now.
Coach, taking over, coming from an offensive coordinator now to the head coaching position, who's maybe some, a position group that's impressed you so far in spring practice?
The wide receiver position has really impressed me. They've done a great job from top to bottom, seen improvement from the bottom part of the room. The guys that maybe didn't play as much, that gives me repetitions last year, and they just solid. No, we're far from a finished work, and we're never going to get there. But I see marked improvement in 10 practices.
And then maybe from your DB group, you got Gallman coming back from injury, and you've got Boyson back there as well. What does that veteran leadership mean to your program in that DB group?
It's got to continue to improve. I mean, it's important to have experience, but experience is experience. It's got to be valuable experience. It's got to mean something in terms of the leadership. I mean, I'm glad we've got a repetition and we've seen a lot of plays back there. But we've got to develop that leadership. And it's a little bit unfair with Keith not being able to do everything in spring practice, still limited. It's hard to be a leader when you're not practicing. So some of that stuff will come during the summer months, and it'll come in during fall camp. But I do know we have good experience back there, and I expect those guys to take on that role.
And then last question for me here, Coach, but maybe what have you learned about your team over the course of spring practice so far? What's maybe one or two takeaways you've got?
We just need to continue to focus on the same things. We need to stay focused on the simple messages. We don't need a bunch of messages. We need to focus on fundamentals, strain to finish, and playing through adversity. And that's what we're going to continue to talk to our guys about.
All right. Thanks so much, Coach. Appreciate the time today.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Tyler.